Yo, what is up, fellow moviegoers, and welcome back to the Marco's Movies channel. In today's video, we're going to be watching Season 1, Episode 5 of Hannibal. So before we get into this episode, I just want to say I'm sorry that Episode 4 did not come out at all on YouTube, actually. My Patreon members were able to get Episode 4 in a full reaction style, so if you guys want Episode 4 in that style, check out my Patreon. But on YouTube, MPC would not stop giving me copyright claims on this video, and the worst thing about these claims was a normal copyright claim, you could still have the video uploaded, you just can't get it monetized. In that case, I would have just uploaded the video, but they had my video blocked and they won't let me release it. And I tried to copyright claim it, they rejected my claim. Then I tried to appeal it, it took 15 days, they never got back to me. And usually the longer an appeal stays out, the worse chance you have of actually winning it. So I just decided to cancel my appeal. I didn't want to get a copyright strike on an episode of a series that I'm going to be watching, because that's just not a good look, and I don't want to already have a copyright strike this early into my channel. So I hope you guys will understand that dilemma, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get that episode out. It is one episode, I think it will be alright, but we're gonna just jump into episode 5 because it's been a while since I've watched this series, because I've been trying to fight that stupid claim. If you want my opinions on episode 4, I really enjoyed it. There has yet, I did mention in my review of that there has yet to be a bad episode of this series, which I really appreciate. Because genuinely with me, I am not a big TV show person, so that's why I was kind of nervous to get into TV show reactions. But when the first season's usually this good, I can get along with it. But I'm just hoping that around season 3 or season 4, it doesn't just drag a lot, because it's gonna get harder and harder for me to watch this show. But I'm just super excited to get into this episode, so let's get right into it. But before I do, as always, if you guys would like my full-length reactions to the whole entire series of Hannibal, you could do so by joining me over on Patreon, which is always the first link in the description. There you will find all my full-length reactions to this wonderful series, as well as all my movie reactions and Haunting of Hill House reactions. So please check that page out, or at least join to help me decide what to watch next. But without further ado, let's quit the talking and get to the reacting, and let's start watching Hannibal. We know Will doesn't have a great relationship with deers. Moose.
You lost?
No, I'm Will Graham. Let's hope that's actual sugar and not, like,
onset of sleepwalking in adulthood.
I don't know, someone's sugar from their stomach? I don't know.
Somewhere between denying horrible events and calling them out lies the truth of psychological trauma.
So I can't handle it.
John Smith, one of the victims?
Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, according to the register. They were mutilated and displayed. I'm gonna need you to prepare yourself on this one.
I'm prepared.
Yeah, prepare yourself some more.
What?
At least we know he's a fisherman.
And/or a Viking.
And/or a psychopath? What do you mean?
He's transforming them.
I don't know if it was a good night's sleep, but he slept here. Hair on the pillow, and the sheets are still damp.
Just how their back skin just like came up like. Is anyone starting to get suspicious that freaking Hannibal is just freaking Gordon Ramsay? Just making like full course great looking meals out of humans? I'm starting to get around this.
A masterpiece, foie gras au torchon?
With warm figs.
Yes.
Very nice.
It's actually cold
Would I be a
liver.
horrible guest if I skipped this course?
I can't wait. I hope this ends with us seeing Lawrence figure out that these are people he's been eating this whole time. I want to see his face when that happens so bad.
She lived for about 15 minutes after she was skinned. Powder residue in the neck of the soda bottle shows vecuronium, scotch and soda, and a paralytic agent. Our guy has a brain tumor.
How are they figuring this all out so quick,
Afraid
though?
of dying.
Like, I get Will, but these doctors are just, like, randomly geniuses.
making angels to watch over him.
Interesting little concept here. Okay.
Mrs. Crawford, I would recommend another psychiatrist for couples. I wouldn't want you to have the home couch advantage. You said he was afraid.
He feels abandoned.
Perhaps in the way gods abandon their creations. You say he hasn't abandoned you, but at the same time you find yourself wandering around Wolf Trap in the middle of the night.
So do you wait until you think I'm asleep before you come to bed?
It's not intentional. You've never been able to underwhelm me.
Is there anything I can offer you romantically or physically or spiritually that'll help?
Nope.
You'll sort out whatever it is you have to sort out. We'll get back to being us.
I love you too.
That wasn't very genuine. That was just like, I love you too. That one's worse. Oh, how did he do that without no one noticing him? Oh my, okay, I'm staring at that.
Doesn't look like the victim.
So they're the angel makers?
He castrated himself?
So he isn't just making angels, he's getting ready to become one.
So does this mean that he's done making angels, or is he just getting started?
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
Well, you're the head of the behavioral science unit, Jack. Why don't you come up with your own answers if you don't like mine?
Dude, you're just using my man Will now. Will's got a point. Will's got a point, dude. Like, you're using my man. Yeah, he's a genius, but freaking give the man a break. He's trying to figure it out as best as he can. You gotta make him stare at a guy hanged up like this all day? That's what you want to do to him?
Are you okay?
Do I seem different?
You're a little different. But you've always been a little different.
I wonder how long it took Angel Maker to identify them.
So he's killing people who do, like, fucked up crimes and, like, putting them in a better place that they wouldn't get to, maybe, originally. Man, I feel like Will Graham now. Okay. You see me. I see myself figuring out the case.
He's a behavioral specialist. You must know you're keeping something
Yes.
from him.
Oh, he knows. He asked me if I was having an affair. And there's no point in being mad at cancer for being cancer.
Sure there is.
Cancer isn't cruel.
So she has cancer?
Tiny cell wanders off from my liver, gets lost,
I thought you were cheating on him. Now I just am sad. Oh, no. Okay.
and yet I feel fine.
You will feel fine. Up until the precise moment you don't.
It's like I feel bad for everyone now. Like, I didn't love Jack because he's always a dick to Will. And I really feel bad for Jack, and I feel bad for Will, and I love Hannibal. I can relate, but why isn't he sleeping? There's a reason why he's not sleeping, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. What the? How did he end up there?
I thought about zipping myself up into a sleeping bag before I go to sleep, but it sounds like a poor man's straitjacket. He can tell if you're naughty or nice, or he thinks he can.
He can, actually. That's the weird thing. He like sees the burning fire.
If you got close to it, that's where he will look for it again.
I've tried to reconstruct his thinking, find his patterns.
I really must introduce you to a finer aftershave that smells like something with a ship on the bottle.
I keep getting it for Christmas.
You already know Hannibal's like not joking about that. Like there's probably some psychological reason this aftershave is affecting his thinking.
Got a fishing license too. Match came from the National Cancer Database. Married, 2 kids. They haven't seen him in 4 months. He was diagnosed 5 months ago.
Meet the Angel Maker. Your husband is dying. Mrs. Budish, and soon.
Where you grew up.
Watch him just be there. I'll be a little unsatisfied if he's just there, like, chilling. That's him! How did he do that to himself? That takes skill to be able to do that to yourself, though. Can we just take a moment? How did he do that to himself?
This will be the last one.
It's Budish?
He made himself into an angel.
I mean, I guess he, like, hung down. I don't know. That's still a little impressive and really disgusting and disturbing.
You caught 3 of them.
I didn't catch this one. Elliot Budish
Surrendered, yeah.
surrendered.
You know,
No, I don't. But that may be what I have to do. This is bad for me.
I'm not your father, Will.
For a second, I was like, whoa, Star Wars plot twist coming. I'm your father.
I see what you are. What do you see? Inside.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Just popping in on official business? Or did you follow me?
When did you find out?
12 weeks ago.
12 weeks ago.
Lung cancer.
Is it treatable?
It's stage 4. And we know there's no stage 5, don't we?
Were you just going to wait until you were in the middle of chemotherapy? When you couldn't hide it anymore?
We'll beat this together.
No, it's your fight, baby, but I'm in your corner. I'm not going anywhere.
I already said I don't like this shot right here. I hate those. I don't like those shots at all. But that. Oh my god, can you imagine his wife becomes a killer? That's kind of foreshadowing it.
You don't have to say a word until you're ready, but I'm not going anywhere until you do.
Oh wow, we didn't even get a last line. We just got an end. Okay. I mean, I ain't gonna complain. Okay, guys, what did I think of this episode of Hannibal? Another solid episode. I'm gonna be honest. So this was probably, I don't want to say the weakest episode, but I think it's the weakest episode in terms of the villain. I thought he was so compelling that he could have gone on so much longer, that the way it ended just wasn't satisfying, because it's like there was so much potential with him being so similar to Will, that I was so unsatisfied of it happening. But at the same time, this episode had the most like juice. It had the most like, so much conflict happened between the characters, between Will and Jack, Will's internal battles, Jack and his wife, Mads Mikkelsen and Jack's wife, Mads Mikkelsen and Jack. So much internal battling going on in that episode that I just can't wait to go forward with this series. I still am waiting for that one villain that just becomes the villain of this episode, of this season or whatever, and just takes forward the show, because the first villain could have done that, and I think every other one could have been the villain to last a season, but this one felt the most compelling, and I'm a little still sour that it wasn't. But all in all, another great episode of Hannibal. So thank you guys all for watching this Hannibal episode and me watching it. If you guys enjoyed this and would like my full-length reaction to this, check me over out on my Patreon. Make sure you leave this video a thumbs up. And as always, keep watching movies.